Yo, what's up guys, Vojtech here. In today's video, I would like to react to this video. Making Firefox look like Google Chrome. Geckium, Geckium demo. I don't know how to say this out loud. By Michael MJD. Maybe you don't know Michael. It's like a tech channel, it's mostly Windows related, but now he's doing a video with Firefox. Let me know what browser to use, because I actually use Firefox, but I might be the only one using it here, since like more than 80, maybe even more than 90, right? People use just Google Chrome. That's crazy. I mean, hey, if you like the stuff that's in the Google Chrome, I mean, it's your thing. Switching, it can be difficult since Google Chrome is the default on all Android phones, and that's a big thing. I think that's the biggest reason why people choose to use it on desktop too, because of the syncing.
So Mozilla Firefox
Probably.
just turned 20 years old, and I figured a great way to celebrate would be to try and make it look like its #1 competitor. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be checking out Geckium, a project described as a love letter to the history of Chromium and its derivatives. What this is a CSS and JavaScript modification that transforms Firefox to look like a
Sorry guys, I didn't know what was up with the loading. Hopefully it should be fixed now.
That transforms Firefox to look like a handful of different Google Chrome releases, even dating all the way back to version 1.0 from 2008. So this is pretty much for those people who really like the look and feel of Google Chrome, but don't want to actually use Google Chrome and want a more privacy-friendly browser like Firefox is. It's compatible with version 1.15 and above, up to the latest release of Firefox as of me filming this video.
So cool.
And it's actually the successor of sorts to another project called Silverfox, which essentially did the same thing, though it was only meant to be used with Firefox 1.15 ESR,
Silverfox
and it themed the browser to look like a version of Google Chrome from 2012.
It looks like copyright
now, this version
issues.
of Firefox is on its way out,
they
and that's the main reason
the
why the developers have discontinued the project. So if you go to the website, actually hosted over on NeoCities, it says that Firefox 1.15 ESR lacks essential features and support for modern web technologies.
Looks like
and they recommend switching over to Geckium, and then this link will take you to the GitHub page here. And what's pretty cool is if you're currently using Silverfox, you can actually upgrade right to Geckium by just placing one of the folders you get in this download package into your existing browser directory, and it will migrate all of your settings over to it. Though it probably would be best to switch off that old version of Firefox pretty soon, because support is going to be ending within the next couple months. Compatibility, it's supported on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. On the Windows side, you've got Windows 7 all the way up to Windows 11, though this does depend on, what Firefox version you're using.
Windows 7 with native
controls ain't going to work on Windows 7. Now, there are different installation instructions for whatever operating system that you're using. We have a clean install of Windows 11 today.
This really cool.
And
Even
to download it, you want to go to the releases page here. And as of filming, the latest version is 1.9.1. Now, if you're coming from a previous Geckium version, there is a little bit of a different process you have to go through, and they detail that here. And then you got your change log of all the stuff they've added and the bugs that they fixed. And down here, way at the bottom, if we go under Assets, you've got your zip file that you want to download. I already have done that, and I've extracted it. And we're going to go back to those instructions here in the README. And we want to first go to About:support, and we're going to scroll down to Profile folder and click on Open.
Oh yeah, I did that when I was backing up my stuff.
Why is the menu bar not loading? What the heck's going on? Windows 11, what are you doing, man? Okay, there we go. So you want to go into your Geckium files, go into Profile folder, and copy both of the folders in here into this folder. Gosh, I've said folder a lot, haven't I? Then we have to get into the Firefox application directory, so I'm just going to go right-click on the shortcut there, open file location, and here we are. And that's
why is it bugging out?
menu bar is not showing up properly, but hey, we'll just ignore that for now because Windows 11 is such a wonderful operating system, isn't it? We're going to go into the Firefox folder now and copy both of these over to here. And then once all that's done, you want to go back to the support window here and click on Clear Startup Cache and Restart. And when you do that, it's actually going to restart a couple of times until it properly, loads up Geckium and everything. So you see it opened up there, and now it's actually themed. And it's going to yell at us because I don't have it made as my default browser on this VM, but we'll set it as primary browser. And then we got this Getting Started window that came up. And it says, welcome to Geckium. So we'll click on Get Started. So this is where you choose which version of Chrome that you want to simulate here.
They can run.
Default is Chrome 1 from 2008.
It looks like a
works all the way up to Chrome 58 from 2017, though this is an early work in progress. So I actually went with Chrome 47 when I was testing this off camera. And all this stuff is instantaneous. So if you see in the browser window here, if I kind of bring it over here to the side,
are they using
such a old Chrome just change that on the fly to whatever version that you want. So we're going to do Chrome 47 and we'll hit next, and then you click on Geckium settings here to open up the main settings panel for where you can customize everything about this modification. So we're going to come back to this. We'll close out of it for now. And you also have a Chromium flags shortcut, though this is like grayed out currently, but you can get to it by typing in about:flags in your address bar or by going into Geckium settings. And then it just says right down here at the bottom that this is an unstable pre-release theme, so stuff might not work. Okay, so a couple of things right off the bat. You'll notice the new tab page has been completely redesigned to look more like one that would come with Google Chrome. So you have a Google search page here. You can type
it really
search
looks
there.
like
you got
it.
your Omnibox up here. Your links to various Google stuff over there. And then this down here looks like it's supposed to be, as you start filling up your history with stuff, your most frequently visited sites will show up there.
I think, I'm not sure.
And this button up here is how you get to that Geckium settings window that we saw before. So we're going to spend a little bit of time in here just messing around with some settings, but I'm not going to go through everything because there is a lot of stuff that you can change in here, which is really cool. But I do want to focus on design because this is again where you can go in and change the overall theme here for all those different Chrome versions. But you can also change the title bar and interface style. So if you want maybe a Mac OS X one, for instance, so you will actually move the window controls over here to the left side. You can even set this to Chromium OS if you want and get that look going on, which is pretty cool. But I think that the coolest thing about Geckium, hands down, is the ability to install Google Chrome themes. That's right.
Oh, really?
This allows you to use Google Chrome themes on Mozilla Firefox. And then because Microsoft Edge is just Chrome with a coat of paint, we've got a shortcut to get themes for that here. We do have a handful of pre-installed themes right here, and we can go up and change our color scheme from the default one where it just depends on how you have your system set up. We can force light mode, force dark mode. The really cool thing is when you go between these different versions, it doesn't just change like the menu bar, it changes the entire user interface. So here's Chrome 1. I mean, it changes the entire new tab page. It has this recent bookmarks, recently closed tabs over here on the right. And maybe we can go back in here and let's change to, I don't know, Chrome version 4. And you can see that's how that looked. Chrome
it really looks like
so
this.
It really does a fantastic job
I don't know.
at mimicking the look and feel of these older Chrome versions.
As I was a child, we didn't have internet till I was 11. And, when we got the internet, I was browsing the web with, how do you call it? Not Microsoft Edge, the Internet Explorer for a while. Then in a pretty short period, I switched to Firefox, and I've been using it for at least a few months, maybe even a couple of years. But then I don't know why, I guess it seemed very appealing, I switched to Google Chrome. Back then I was using Google, and the pop-up, came always, do you want to download Google Chrome. So I was like, yeah, why not? No. And I was stuck with it for many, many years. But as of right now, it's been probably 3 years, maybe 2, since I switched back to Firefox because I appreciate, the stuff in Firefox more. Let's just say that, right? We are indeed on YouTube, and YouTube is affiliated with Google Chrome, right?
Now, when it comes to downloading additional Chrome themes, well, there is a little bit of a problem because we can click on the Google Chrome Web Store link here. If it actually loads the web store, we can go there. But you see, it's going to bug us to switch to Google Chrome up here. We can say no thanks, but if we try to actually go into a theme, you see the Add to Chrome button is grayed out, and it tells us once again to install Chrome. So what you have to do to get a Chrome theme working on here is manually download a CRX file, and go in here and click on Open Chromium Themes folder and copy it into here. You see we already have a couple in here already. So yeah, that kind of sucks. You can't just download themes from the Chrome Web Store. At least by default, because the developers do have a workaround to this. If we go back to the GitHub page and scroll down, there is, under instructions here, this part that says to improve your Geckium experience, you should also install TamperMonkey, and using TamperMonkey, install the official Geckium user script for enhanced functionality. So we'll go to the TamperMonkey link here and add this to Firefox. And the developers do clearly point out that JavaScript-powered modifications like Geckium, and this is not just for this script we're about to install, this is this entire project as a whole, they have full access to Firefox's functionality, including unrestricted file management and access to your data within Firefox. So unless you trust this, I would not recommend installing it at all. The project is open source though, which certainly helps. You can look at the source code and see exactly what it's doing. But when you get TamperMonkey installed, you can click on this link to install the user script, which allows for downloading CRX files directly from the Chrome Web Store and Microsoft Edge add-ons website. And I think it takes effect immediately, so if we go to the Chrome Web Store, we probably have to refresh the page here. And you can see Add to Chrome shows up, and it will download it. Now you see we actually get kind of two download things going on here. So this is like the Firefox one up here, and then we've got the Chrome style one down here. And then it lets you know that extensions and themes can harm your computer. Are you sure?
Wow, I didn't.
And it will.
That's so cool that they replicated that.
So there you go. Now, if
because
you
on Firefox you really get to download here, but on the Chrome right here
on the Geckium settings menu under Behavior to save discarded CRX file downloads. And would you look at this, the Microsoft Edge add-on store has a Minecraft, Java, and Bedrock edition theme? Oh yeah, I gotta get that. And I think if we click on it, no, it just opens it up in the File Explorer. So, because is this a CRX file? Oh, that doesn't even have a file extension. What? Yeah, that's actually straight up downloading it without an extension. I guess that's the way they do it in the Microsoft Edge add-on store. But if I were to change this to have a .crx file extension and then move that over to, let's just go into our Geckium settings here. Go to Theme, Open Chromium Themes folder, paste this in here. There it is, Microsoft Java and Bedrock Edition. We can apply that, and there we go. Check.
Oh, yeah.
This would probably look a lot better if we change the Chrome version that we're imitating here. Let's try Chrome 47. Yeah.
Oh,
that looks a little bit better, right? Chrome 25. Yeah, that doesn't really work out either because we just have a bunch of recently visited sites right here just obstructing the background. If you were wondering, this sign-in link up here just takes you to sign into your Firefox account. But it is, of course, styled, the same way that it would say, not signed into Chrome, sign into your Google account here on that version. So yeah, that is theming, and that is, how you can download third-party themes. One other cool thing is under Behavior here, you can change the branding of the browser. So Geckium is the default, but you can also set it to Firefox. And this will change the, like if we go into this menu over here, you see it says About Mozilla Firefox. If we were to go and change this to Chrome, that will change. So Chromium, for instance, About Chromium. Also, when you click on About, you get this pop-up that basically lets you choose between the fake About dialog that looks more in the Chrome style or just the regular Firefox dialog. If we click on OK, in this case, since we have the Chromium branding applied, it's going to say actually Chromium OS, and that's because if you remember from earlier, under design here, we had the title bar and interface style set to Chromium OS. If we change that to Windows, it'll just say Chromium there. Oh yeah, and you've probably already noticed that the entire preferences UI gets completely reskinned to look more like Google Chrome, and of course this will
it
change
really
depending
looks
on
like
which
this
design you have
somewhat.
selected. So we can go Chrome 1, there you go. Gosh, this
Ooh.
really takes me back. You got Chrome 2, Chrome 5, we can just, that actually doesn't really change very much. Chrome 47, Chrome 58,
I really
Chrome
wonder what was
25. Well,
my
yeah, you can see
first Chrome
between Chrome
version.
11 and Chrome 21, it gets drastically redesigned. And there is one more thing that I'd like to show off that I was told by the person who sent it to me to not check out until I started exploring this on video.
Okay.
So Dominic Hayes, who you might know as the Farron OS dev,
So,
he's a
such a
contributor
long
to this
name,
project, and he sent me a Chrome theme file that he asked me to check out. So we're going to see what this is all about. So let's go into settings here, and look at me, I'm going to the wrong settings menu. Let's go to Geckium settings here, and let's go to theme. We want to open Chromium themes folder, paste this in here, refresh the list. You have got to be kidding me. Okay, no freaking way they actually made an ice tray theme. That is hilarious.
I don't get it.
Okay, so a little bit of context here.
Okay,
a few years ago, I got an email from a company asking me to review their ice trays on video, like as a sponsorship. It was literally, still to this day, one of the most bizarre emails that I've gotten for like a sponsorship.
But he got paid,
so yeah,
though.
they just they've made this god-awful green-looking theme.
That's funny.
That's just hilarious. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up for this video. That is a little brief demonstration of Geckium. I will have this GitHub repository link down below if you guys would like to go and check it out. But that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, maybe consider becoming a patron or a channel member to get early access to these videos before anybody else.
Maybe. Let's see what's up with this video. Oh, affiliate links. Free 30 days Amazon Prime. Oh. I just wanted to say that I really appreciate that the VMs you're recording are in lower resolution. True. Yeah, when the Windows is in 4K, the UI is so small you can't really see it on phone. Yeah, cool project. I didn't even know that something like this exists, so pretty cool. By the way, I don't know if you know, probably not. Guess what this is? I'm eating it, yeah? It's edible. Guess what it is? Down in the comments. And whoever gets it right, I will reply and let you know that it's correct. Anyways, what can I say? Yeah. Also let me know what browser are you using, right? And check out the original Making Firefox Look Like Google Chrome Geckium demo by Michael MJD. Also let me know please if you like this video, because I know it might be like really tech related, browser, internet browser. It might not be for everyone, These videos are, to me, are quite interesting, but hey, obviously if it doesn't interest you, I wouldn't really record it. So let me know, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.